I'd like you all to remember that stupidity is not a bug, it is in fact a feature. We all make mistakes here. Anyway, yes, welcome to Neuro-Heretical Wargaming. Stupidity is not a bug, it is in fact a feature. Tonight I am continuing to work on the Baneblade. Specifically the Octoblade, kind of all magnetized 8-part variant. Thank you, Tristan. Where would I be without Tristan? Hopefully I'm not going to cut myself here. Though it is a distinct possibility. Hello, Perky. Perky says, what do you call pasta with no money? Penniless. Yep, I did it. I stabbed myself. I knew that was gonna happen. Woo! There it is, chat. It happened. Alright, we're going to take a brief break while I put on a quick band-aid. Ooh-wee! Alright. And we're back. I now have a band-aid. Mistake 2. Can't win is what it is. Well, at least now. 1, let that be a lesson to everyone as far as safety goes with these things. And 2, Karamazov is now not the only model to draw blood. So, here we are. This is the future I exist in now. And it's my own fault, because I put these in backwards last time where I had it good. So, figures. Figures. Anyway, how's everyone else doing? See, Tristan gets it. Really, if you think about it, the stream was doomed from the start. It was never a question of when, it was a question of, or never a question of if, it was a question of when. Adrenaline might be kicking in a smidgen. But it's okay. Scott, or anyone, wasn't here to witness it, so if you think about it, it didn't actually happen. We're all agreeing to keep this between us, right? Right. I am wondering if I have to cut that out of the rebroadcast. We're gonna learn a lot of fun things tonight, chat. Such as how do you deal with bleeding wound? Sure. Here, I'm gonna get this one out without something further through, and I don't really want to do that now. It's all my fault. If I hadn't, put this in backwards, that wouldn't have happened. Thankfully, it's just a finger. Just a nick. And we'll keep an eye on it. Also going to ask my wife to pick up some Neosporin. At least everyone's got jokes, don't ya? To be fair, it got me pretty good. It's a good little, like, by what? Kind of centimeter cut there. Not small, I'll be honest with you, it got me. It got me pretty good. Oh, Tristan, we don't have to post anything to the Discord. We can keep this amongst friends, right? Because as soon as the other guys find out, they're gonna give me crap. Oop. Also, hello everyone, welcome. I just accidentally cut myself on stream, so yeah, no. I see now the parabytes. That makes sense. That makes sense. Definitely relevant. Definitely relevant. Oh, stop it, Berkey. I feel like I am like the least edgy person imaginable, all things considered. I guess I have to keep track of where my head is now since it's up so high. Anyway, yeah, tonight we're going to be mostly working on the Baneblade, plus some odds and ends that I've been meaning to take care of. So. See, what the problem is, this piece knows I've already hurt myself. So it knows I'm not going to push it too hard. Lest I do so again. Come on. This one's already broken. Be smart here. Let's be smart. Put you in the freezer. I know you're weakened. I just don't know how weak you are. I gotta explain to my wife what I did. It's okay, she'll take pity on me. So really, think about it, it's totally a good thing. Also, hi Tim. Welcome to the stream. You missed me hurting myself. It will happen again. Hi Wanting. Nice to always show up. We're working on the Baneblade and then some odds and ends. And you know how not to hurt yourself. Or more, I guess more accurately, what to do when you hurt yourself, because never a question of if, it's a question of when. Sorry. She has lots of questions now, which is fair. I don't think I have to get stitches. God, I hope not. I don't feel like testing my health insurance. I should have health insurance through the VA, I just haven't checked it in a while. How's your guys' night going? It happens, Wani, it happens. I've nicked myself with this before, specifically, actually. Like I said, on some level, it is kind of inevitable. You're gonna get too comfortable. That's why it's important to take safety precautions. That way, when something does go wrong, because again, it will, it's not as bad as it could be. Ooh, Tristan's working on his trench Vikings. I will say, the last time I nicked myself, I got myself right under like my fingernail here, right here, and that bled so bad. Oh my gosh, not even funny, not even funny. But I do apologize in advance. When my wife gets home, I will probably have to do a quick little Neosporin break to make sure I don't get an infection. Okay, this last magnet is not wanting to come off, so I'm going to give myself a moment, take a break. I'm gonna set this aside, because clearly it's not my evening with it. And we're going to do some of my odds and ends real quick, specifically regarding my kill team, my Deathwatch kill team. So we'll bring that camera in nice and close like. Just this. We got some good lighting. And we're just going to glue some heads. Yeah. Gonna check out my Deathwatch. I guess I need to do their shoulders too. Might see if I can dig up the kit and any figure. Actually, I don't even know what I want to do with these guys. You're not wrong, Tristan, but it's really not that deep, I don't think. I didn't see bone, which is a good sign. He's got one, so he's good. These two need it. Those two got Mark 7 heads. And these two need it. I do apologize if you did come in for the Baneblade specifically. Evidently, it's not my night for that, so I'm going to take a little break and come back to it here in a second. But hello and welcome to the stream, everybody. Hold on. Get this situated so I have my light is in a good spot. You know what, Wanting Fire? I would, but are there any shoulder pads that are close to it? If you can find a Space Marine shoulder pad close to it, I will at least consider it. Right, who do we have right now? Right now we've got I'm gonna do this guy as a Crimson Fist. Gonna do this guy as a Hawk Lord. Going to do these two don't have any yet. This one's going to be a Raptor. This one is going to be Minotaurs. I forget what the swords were, I apologize. Mortifactor. Should be Wolf Spear. I guess I don't know if you guys can see it very well. There we go. And then, of course, I gotta have at least one Templar in there. You know, you got to. You got to. Yeah, that is fair. If I can track down... I think it does come. And the unfortunate thing is, I think it might actually come with a salamander one. However, I believe it is... Well, the salamanders... I think it's one of the heavy guys, so I wouldn't be able to do it for this kill team if it exists. Alright, so we got him. These heads were generously donated by a friend of the channel, Ty. I know he doesn't like watch, but Ty, if you're watching, thank you. So let's see here. Start with these nice easy plastic ones. These two kind of got like optics and stuff going on, so I think I want to do them as my big heavies. And I gotta see what the Mark 7 heads look like in these big guys. Oh no, I might not be able to. Nope, that's not gonna work. Because it's too big, isn't it? See, that works. That works. It's obviously like recessed a bit, but I'd say that works. However, the ones I would want to use have like stuff on them. So that's not going to work the way I would like it to. So I'm not going to use that there. A bit unfortunate, but it's fair. Do you think these two with little radio bits would look good on these kind of Phobos Marines? Easy, straightforward. Finger feels better. Yeah, Stupidity not a bug, it's feature, blah blah blah. You know how it goes. You guys know. You know the spiel. At this point. I get back into my zone a little bit here. Kind of looking that way like something's going on. He's checking, he's checking their 6. Let's see, so we got 4 left. I got a few heads, so that's no big deal. Sargente, I don't know what I'm going to use on him just yet. I think Xenophase, I'm going to give a little headlamp. Oh, well, I mean, of course, thank you, Winefire, but no worries at all. I should be able to source one somewhere. It's just a matter of figuring out where. It wouldn't be too hard. Right. We got Xenophase Blade. Looking at the distance, being all cool. Put that over there. Clean these up a little bit. These ones will require super glue, so they're going to be a little bit different. Get the Sergeant, the one with some bling. Very important for Space Marines that they have their 3 to 8 pieces of flair. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, Sargente. Deathwatch Sergeant. I don't know what to tell you. That's what he is. Alright. Tricky part, getting just a little bit of super glue and not going overboard. Guess I can put it to you guys a little bit. What should I name my Baneblade, actually? Obviously, every Baneblade's got to have a good name. I just don't know what I should name mine. I think that's gonna work, actually. I don't know if any of these will fit there super duper well. But we will try. Let's see if this one just has a smaller snoot. Nah. Hey, Chris, it's been a little while. How you been? Guess you are technically no longer a member. You got a membership notification. You're like, I don't even remember what this is. Blame Perky. Okay, let's see how well that sits in there. I think the rest of these are pretty generic overall, so let's do some cleanup. I can probably do most of it with my finger. Chris, besides stabbing myself very briefly at the beginning of the stream, I'm doing pretty good. Sorry, I may have missed a couple things. Blood of Heroes. You're very clever, Perky. You're so clever. We're all lucky to have you. I was thinking something like Bloodletter would kind of be funny. Tie the blood. Actually, it does remind me, Tristan. Remind me when we're almost done here, and I'll post a thing to the Discord that's like what is it? It's a Baneblade kit bash, but for like a War of Faith Sisters themed army, and it's really good. It's really, really good. I've got it. It was in a White Dwarf years ago now. I've got it on I've got the magazine still. I think you would find it nifty. Alright, look at that. We got through all of those pretty easily. Legendary Redeemers are good. And honestly, with the change to cover, they're even better. I think their points went up a little bit, but I think they mostly got better with the addition, which is wild. Because they haven't been bad, I don't think, since 9th. Like, I know they weren't. No vehicles were really good in 9th, but since the beginning of 10th, Redeemer's just been solid. Yeah, it was a really, really cool like kit bash. I don't know if it was strictly a Sisters Baneblade necessarily, but it was like kit bash with a bunch of Sisters parts, and it was sick. All right. Well, the good news is the Baneblade kit I have, if I break this piece, which feels increasingly likely, so maybe if I put it on like a magnet or something. Anyway, which feels increasingly likely, if I break this piece, I can, in fact, replace it without having to source a part somewhere. Because this piece just does not want to cooperate, and I may just be committed. I may just be committed, guys. I'm actually pretty sure I saw a Black Templar list that was like a not GT Wayne list, but a very competitive list that was literally like 3 Redeemers with melee threats inside. That like 2 or 3 Redeemers, and it actually went pretty far from what I remember. Like Redeemer has play. Redeemer has play. You know what's funny, Chris? I don't think any of my Chaos Space Marine vehicles have legs. To be honest with you, I don't know. Is it frozen? Oh, is it? Definitely looking low quality. Give me a second. Okay, restarted. Cool. Wonder how long it was frozen. Yeah, yep, looks good on my end. Everything looks good. All right, now I need to find the spare thing. I think the Roomba came in here and moved all my stuff around. Everything's a bit of a mess. There. So this is the sprue that it comes with, or the old one used to come with, that it no longer does. It's this one right here. Don't need you. Oh, Chris Payne, you got a defiler, first of all. I don't think I've seen one in store since they dropped. Like, genuinely haven't even seen one. And it's funny, because it's like one of the few demon engines I actually want to pick up. Which is, ironically, competitive. I think it's still at least a little bit. It's a good... If it's usable, I don't mind. I don't think it's tearing up the meta anymore, which is good. Because that was not good. Okay. You were the one we were using for our red. So, I'm going to be a little smart here. Use you again. And hope maybe I can put these on correctly the first time this time. Apparently that's a struggle for me. Well, you know, that's fair, Chris. At least you were able to get it. Now that it's not competitive, it should be easier in theory. But, yeah, that goes. I'm glad my pain brings you joy, Perky. Oh, God, I almost get pinched by a magnet. I can't win. I cannot win. These magnets are no joke. They're going to hurt me. Alright. Just stick a bunch of magnets everywhere. Grab them as I need them, I guess. Alright. So, what I learned from this. That. They need to be further back. 'Cause initially what it is, I put them too close to this edge. They need to be back here. They need to be overhanging a little bit. Ideally. It should be overhanging. I want to put this away so I don't hurt myself again. Double check, see if my wife's edge is on the way. Nope. Cool. Alright. Now we're going to install these here magnets. I'm going to double check the polarity. Again, I'm going to be smart about this. That resists. So I need it that way, so it doesn't resist. So it just goes right on in there. Yeah, so this needs to be like that. Cool, too easy. Cool. with that part. Goes, nya. Right. But yeah, Tristan, how are your Vikings coming along? Thought they were neat. I was looking forward to them, actually. That is probably my wife getting home. Means it is probably about time for me to take a Neosporin break. Yeah. This side needs to move down. Dang it! Hi. Right. Be right back. Neosporin break. All right, I have returned with a new and improved, smaller thing. Smaller Band-Aid, that's what I'm looking for. Okay. Now let's see if we can get these magnets to cooperate, because they clearly don't want to. There. Yeah, actually. Where did my little last cannon go? That side needs to be on. Yeah, if you like Stupidity, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Shout out to people that just joined the Discord. Nice to have you. Nice to have you. I promised wounds aren't a common thing for us, but I can't promise they're never going to happen. Anyway, everyone's having a good night. Say that for sure. Dang it. I got sidetracked again. You I was using? No. You're the... I put it backwards. Oopsie. Okay, so that was the other side. This side. This side needs to be down. Yeah. Like Other way? Okay. Whatever. I grabbed the wrong magnet. I was gonna be very upset if I grabbed the wrong magnet, or like the wrong side. That's what I'm looking for. Magnet. This side needs to be down. Let's say which one goes sides, right? Yeah. Come on, you. Oh no. Finally, you. Should actually be up here. This side goes down. Coo. Look at that. Almost an hour in, and we're almost right back to where we kind of sort of started. Back to where we finished last time. Only a slight headache. Sniffing glue. Alright. That, got that. We'll set that aside, let that dry. Pull up the magnetization guide. Oh, I did get more of these done. I got these all kind of done on the off camera. Now they all go like that. That's hiding better. Yeah. So these are all magnetized. Oh no! When do I learn? Alright. That over there. Okay, so what I need to do next actually is going to be on these guys. With the panels, which I should have done a little differently, but it's fine. 1 and 2. Only have 2 done for now. These aren't magnets, they are just metal. They could run either way. So they'll just go on like so. These are what will allow me to magnetize these sponsons so I can take them on and off. I guess I don't really know when I'll take them off, but that's neither here nor there. Alright, these can go over here. This can go in the trash. Yeah. Then that got that. Now we can actually start working on the weapons. Yay! Alright. Baneblade hole consider here. Not consider here. Up first is the Hellhammer Cannon. One fire ass, can't remember, but why are you putting magnets on the Baneblade? What's the change of weapons? Essentially, yeah. So the Baneblade kit, as it existed until literally a couple weeks ago, came with the ability to build any variant of the Baneblade in it. So there are 8 variants. So what I'm doing is I'm trying to magnetize it so I can switch between all 8 variants. Also known as the Octoblade. We will see how that goes. We're using the Magnet Barons recommendations. So, but first things first, I need to build some of these weapons. So, for the turret, drill a 3mm hole where the cannons would normally be glued to. Then with the blue end of your magnetator, glue a 3x2mm magnet into the hole. I don't have a magnetator. I should have get one, but I don't. Hey, Carpe Fuego, welcome to the stream. See what you did, Perky. You talked Carpe into getting some pizza. You've talked someone into a poor financial decision. This is all your fault. So I guess I'll go ahead and build the turret, actually. We'll start there. I should have done more prep time. Alright, turret bits. Oh, turret, where are you? Turret? No. You turret? No. Turret? No. I always forget, this comes with like a whole dude. Sorry. Castellan, whatever you want. To be, really, whatever you got the base for. I like the way you think, Carpe Fuego. Can we get more pizza emojis in chat? All the pizza in chat. Is it? Oh, that's not the turret. That is not. Okay. I see it now. See the turret ring. This over there. But honestly, the main thing, one of the main reasons I'm doing this, is I want to be run. Yes, more pizza, more. I want to be able to run like the regular Baneblade, but I also want to be able to run like the Shadow Sword. Which, to be honest, I don't think I had to magnetize, but magnetize to be able to do. But here we are. Alright, so I need the mantlet. Should be you and you. Good job, Carpe Fuego. I approve. I approve of all the pizza. I want pizza. I'm planning to go to the store on Friday. Maybe we'll stay in and have a little pizza night, my wife and I. Let's see, we'll see. In the meantime, get this all glued. Fit on the one way. I will say, if any of you at home are looking to build a Baneblade, it is an older kit. It shows. I feel like if I was just building it normally, I'd be having a better time. I think a big chunk of the roughness I'm having is just because it is because I'm doing the Octoblade. If I wasn't, I feel like I'd be having a better time. It's an easier build than the Land Raider kit. I will say that. Land Raider kit was the most annoying build I've ever had. Albeit, it has been a while, so I could be misremembering slightly. Right. That glued on. Hammer cannon is up next. Actually, we'll finish just doing the turret. No reason not to just go ahead and build the turret out. Bottom of the turret. Bow the turret. Sides of the turret. Side note, everyone that watched Sunday's game, how about that game though? Here on the channel, oh my gosh. I wasn't watching like super duper closely because I was driving home, but from what I saw, it was genuinely insane. The ending for sure. Not to spoil it or anything, but if you haven't seen the end of that stream, you should probably go check that out because it was something else. No two ways about it. Turrets are fun. Fire, you're entirely correct. Honestly, once we get this done, assembly-wise, I think the next painting thing I'm gonna want to do is the what do you call it? My Vindicator, not Vindicator. What's Vanquisher? Vanquisher. Let's see, what's the guard one that starts with a B? You should check it out, Tristan. It was a heck of a game. Like, no spoilers, but Fire is right. It was crazy. Quote Scott. And Scott said he wanted a dumb game, and he got it. He got a dumb game. We're sorry, Tristan. At least it's actually happening now. At least we're finally over that curse. I think it's funny that they Scott was like, don't acknowledge it, so nothing happens, and we can do the actual stream. And then the next day, they announced something new. But I'm really actually, even though I don't personally play Trench Crusade, at least not yet, I am interested to see the live play campaign play out, because that's definitely something that's been missing in just really wargaming in general, something big like that. So I would like to see it play out. And honestly, games like 40K and Trench Crusade are the only ones you can really do it. Because if you do it with historicals, things get awkward. This chart's massive. You have like 4 of these together, you basically have a Lehman Russ. Nope. Thanks for showing up, Fire. Always nice to see you. Always good to have you. We'll probably go for about another hour. Let's see what I can get done in the next hour or so. Right, and we'll put the top of the turret right there. Probably not gonna have anybody sticking out of it because I have nobody to stick into it. So this is gonna be part of my the Krieg wing of my army. I'm not giving this to the prisoners. All right. Okay. All right, we got that done. Time to pull out the drill. What's wrong with the gloss? I didn't even know they did a gloss in Reikland's Flesh Shade. I forgot they did glosses, actually. That was a pretty brief thing last I heard. I have a wild drill bit somewhere. I don't know where. Oh, there it is. Is it bigger in that one? Looks like it, yeah. I think these two are the same size. Are they? No, definitely not. Actually, no, I think the 3 bigger ones are all different sizes. It's the ones below it that are like, oh, this is actually the same size. Just get 2 of them. Boop. Need is the big one. guess I need to double tap with Scott and make sure we're still splitting the carcass front box. Last I heard that was the plan. I just need to be... I just want to be sure. I just want to be sure. Alright. There. Then you... Right there. Where is... Said I wasn't going to use it again, but I'm going to get Mr. Stabby. And put a hole roughly center there. And hopefully not stab myself again. There we go. A little pilot hole. Helps get the drill bit in just the right spot so there's not as much slippage. And then start drilling. You go kind of slow, because if you go too fast with this, it gets too tough, I learned. Alright. Neat case in point. There it goes. I don't know if I need to go too fast or if I just... I wonder if I need to slow down, just like excavate it a little bit before going further. Maybe that's just what it is, and I'm just kind of a little backwards, but I don't know. Right. And back in we go. Actually, Chris Niles, it's kind of funny you should show up today, because you're from Italy, correct? I actually just started reading a book about fantasy Italy, so weird coincidence. Set that there. And then I need a 3x2 magnet. You're one of the ones I haven't used. Yes, you are. No, it's like a fantasy business. Well, not business, but like Merchant Republic. And I'm kind of excited to see where it goes. Alright. And it says to use the blue end. I don't know which one is the blue end. That's the red end. Wait, so this must be... Oh, sorry. It's like a fantasy Italy. Which I feel like is a fairly rare setting, all things considered. So kind of like a fantasy version of Genoa or... Sorry, I'm trying to not outthink myself too much. Like Genoa or Venice or one of the merchant republics. Only a few chapters in, but I'm enjoying it. Been actually looking forward to reading it for a while, just because it's a local author that wrote it. Well, we'll hope that works. And if I'm a bit quiet, please let me know, and I can adjust as necessary. Now we're kicking. Yeah, that was a little... That was an interesting setting, just because I feel like it's not super common. It's not as common as like Western Europe and England and France and Germany. Let's see. Alright, so we got that. So up next is the Hellhammer gun. This one... Do I have that, actually? Is it on here? That looks like the Hellhammer. Yes, yes. Yes, yes. I think we may... Actually, we won't finish the Baneblade today. I'll probably do it off stream, but I think we're going to get most of it done. He said... Venice conquered my country 600 years ago. I'm still not over it. Do tell. Do tell, Chris. I'll admit I'm really not as up to my history on Venice as I really should be. Most because I honestly just love their flag. The tassels get me. I love the tassels. Tassels are classic, really, if you think about it. What region is north of Venice? That Lombardy? No. I'm not good with Italian geography outside Rome, to be honest. Italy's actually, honestly, Italy's probably a weak spot for me history-wise. I should fix that. I should do some reading on like the actual like founding of modern Italy. I forget what it's called. I'm gonna butcher it if I try. The like reorganization, whatever it's called. It's not something that I am good with. Any stretch of the imagination. Ask a sovereign citizen about tassels. I don't want to ask a sovereign citizen about anything. To be honest with you, I don't want to talk to a sovereign citizen. I don't want to like acknowledge a sovereign citizen. To be perfectly honest with you, Tristan. Five by 2, 5 by 2, 8 by 2, 15, 14, 5 by 2. It says drill into the back of the hellhammer barrel and glue a 5 by 2 back there. I don't have a 5. I don't have a drill like that. You rat bastards. I don't have a drill that big. I have to do that awkwardly. Okay. Not entirely sure how I'm supposed to do that, Magnet Baron. Okay. So I'm from what was once called the Patriarchate of Aquileia. Aquileia was the second city in the Roman Empire and was still relevant well into the end of the Middle Ages. Interesting. I guess I'm just not familiar with it. Like I said, I do love me a great cathedral. I won't lie. Went to the biggest one I've been to is Notre Dame in Paris, and I have never felt small in the same way I felt small in Notre Dame. I say that I've been to St. Peter's in Rome too. I should be a little more. St. Peter's was nice. I don't know. It's just something about, I think it's, St. Peter's is very, very tall, but it's also very wide. So I think that like lessens the effect. It's a very, very broad structure, while Notre Dame is very, relatively thin and very, very, very tall. So it just has this very long, like, reach upwards, if that makes sense. Though I did like, we stopped in was it a CC, I think? That one was, I very much like CC. That was one of my favorite stops on that trip. The walk up there, not the most fun, but actually I don't remember it being that bad, all things considered. I say that, but I don't think it was actually that bad of a walk or anything. If I remember correctly, it was just really a really very long ramp. The one Aquileia is not that big, but it's over twice the old Notre Dame. I mean, that's fair. I would assume most, I say most, that's not entirely true. I would assume a lot of churches in that region are going to be pretty old. I mean, we saw the one in Assisi, and that's St. Francis was early Middle Ages. I mean, to be fair, I mean, who wasn't Venice a rival to, all things considered? You know what I mean? Like, They're very clearly, Eastern Roman Empire, every other city-state in Italy. I'm sure they pissed off the Holy Roman Empire more than once. Alright. Where did that go? Well, that blues actually, before I can drill into it, we'll let it dry. I'm going to work on the Baneblade cannon. But yeah, I really need to read up on Italian history, both medieval and more modern. I've been wanting to read up on Napoleon III, which obviously he played a fairly big role in more recent Italian history in the 19th century. So, by extension, probably read up on Italy in the process. Let's see, so we need a 3D printed part. Neato. Is it B2? And glue magnetize. Okay, so glue a 5 by 2 mm magnet onto part B2. Glue it in your kit, then glue the magnetized B2 inside the barrel as shown. Okay. So we're actually going to glue it to this and then glue it in there. Neat. So it's actually kind of a cylinder, so I don't think it actually matters. Nah, I shouldn't say that. It definitely matters a little bit. This says our country was interesting because we were basically a religious power more than anything. The de facto king was the patriarch, which is the bishop. Yes, it'd be an independent bishop, effectively. I assume they were Roman Catholic and not, what's the word I'm looking for? Orthodox. Patriarchs are very common in Orthodox Church, but not very common in the Roman Catholic Church to a certain degree. They do exist, but not quite as common. So there's like a Latin Patriarch in Jerusalem and stuff like that. Whew. It says 1% channel or video or channel that's covered the closest real life historical and religious parallels with 40K would be cool done right. So yes, there's actually a couple. If you're wanting like, so I know that's a very big interest for me. That's why I play Guard. Arbiter Ian has done a very good video on like the influences for Imperial Guard specifically, but in addition to that, look up like it's called like Warhammer Orthodoxy, where a guy just goes like deep into like the development of the whatchamacallit of like religion and Warhammer. It's very, 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 very interesting. He's posted a few other videos too. That's the one I'm most familiar with. Okay, yeah. And I assumed it's just hard to guess sometimes. I guess a little bit depends on like exactly when in history you're talking about, because so much of the Italian Peninsula will be reconquered by the Eastern Roman Empire. So yeah, I don't know if that's the actual channel name. I think that's the video name, but that's the one I was watching relatively recently. Yes, very, very good. Definitely recommend it. Obviously Arbiter Ian as well. He's a classic. He's a good dude. That is definitely interesting. I find the actuaries are always moderately interesting to me. Like you have them in the Roman Empire as well. As far as like the Catholic Church, they tend to be mostly like relegated to or most well known, relegated to the Holy Roman Empire. There were a few different bishoprics that were sort of independent, or at least like led by a bishop or as a secular ruler. Right. Go over there. Like brass. Should have put in more glue. Gunner. It's probably fine. Oh, that's interesting. Because did Attila die during his campaigns in Italy? Am I remembering that right? Early Dark Ages. I don't know. I guess technically early Middle Ages is the term now. Also, side note, Carpe, I'm going to look up that channel name for you because I can't remember. Oh, there it is. Orthopraxy is the channel name. The video itself is the theology of Warhammer 40k. There we go. Alright, just says I don't know whether to keep my Vikings as basic Antioch or run them as area rangers. I mean, you can kind of do both, right? I mean, worst case scenario, you can always switch it out. It's not that hard, I guess. I don't know. I know lore-wise, area ranger is supposed to be more like guerrilla, small unit, light infantry. I don't know what that actually translates to in game. Alright. So Hellhammer, are you dry enough to drill? That's right, because they've got Cuchulainn. Forget about that. Cuchulainn and Ben McCool. Actual name. Not made up, I promise. Irish are just cool like that. I put the other 5mm by 2. Again, I don't understand how you expect me to do that. You didn't tell me I needed that. So area rangers and a berserker might be able to get Bastion Aberrant for it. I mean, fair. But they have to follow a learned saint instead of a warrior saint, which is less good for Saint Eric. I mean, fair. You can do Saint Brenden. That'd be moderately interesting. He was a monk. May or may not have discovered the New World, depending on how you read his chronicle. May or may not have been ahead of the Vikings. I mean, obviously St. Patrick, but that's too easy. That's too easy. Way too easy and obvious for where do you go? I'm serious though. There is actually one by that name. I'm not even named after the guy. If you read I think it's the Voyages of St. Brendan, he may or may not have discovered the New World. Kind of depends on your reading of it. At the very least, he probably went to Ireland. Not Ireland, to Iceland. He was in Ireland, so of course he went to Ireland. I almost stabbed myself again. It's all Magna Baron's fault. I'm gonna get that staying there. That I do not know. Haha! Let me know how it is, Carpe. I don't think I actually finished the video just yet. It's a long one. I will say, if you're gonna watch Orthopraxy, I'm pretty sure all of his videos are fairly long. So, be aware of that, yeah, because it's 2 hours. I think I got 30 minutes in. I got decently long. When I said he goes in deep, he goes in deep. Have a good one, Carpe. Let him know we sent you. You're like, who are these guys? I should know the Irish Saints better than I do. I really should. Weirdly enough, I did not grow up in one of the two major Catholic communities in the United States, which is Italian and Irish. Even though my own ancestry is in fact Irish, however, the kind of Catholic tradition I grew up in was Czech, because my hometown was predominantly Czech, historically speaking. Oh no! There's like a Saint Bridget. There's a few of them. I just don't know them very well. A lot of them are basically one-to-one. Whatchamacallit? One-to-one changes for a lot of the old Celtic gods. Are pretty close. Mostly. It's fine. Alright. See how well this works. Yeah, yeah. There. Big Baneblade. You can chill over there. Baneblade. Oh. Check. Alright, so we got those two done. Go us. What time is it? 8:45. Plenty of time. Let's see, we got the command module antennas. And then we got L bracket. 3D printed L bracket. That is you. Whoop. Series of unfortunate events, ladies and gentlemen. Series of unfortunate events. Alright. Yeah. I know. Alright, 8x2 should be you guys. Oh, biscuits. It's a mess, but it's not a big deal. What? What I'm doing tomorrow, I'm cleaning this place. That's what I'm doing. It is not nearly as big as that is. But it says glue an 8x2 magnet into the hole. That's the hole. And the thing, the magnet covers the whole thing. So they clearly changed the magnet size at some point. Not so perky, you must think you're terribly clever, don't you? that sit and dry. Precise and trouble. Good place. Short map. Oh, horse heresy. Oh. This is like a horse heresy thing. Oh, I don't really care about horse heresy. Alright. Okay. Still a lot more to go. The only issue with this is for like the Storm Sword specifically. It's going to be super far forward and it's going to look a little weird, but it's fine. It's ultimately fine. I don't love it, but I don't hate it. Alright. In the meantime, though, let's keep just building up the regular Baneblade. So that we have something to show for this evening. Ah! This is a very firm fit on it. It's weird, but hey, it's the fish. And Arturius. Hello, Arturius. I've been working on the Baneblade for a while now. You have no reason to complain. Ah, see. So hello, Frankie. Welcome to the show, Frank. We've been covered a lot of topics today. That being said, I am going to now move the Baneblade over here. I need this for building other Baneblade related items. Alright, so we got that. Up next is a little turret. Which again, don't know where those bits are. You see little guns. I assume those are those. That looks safe, so I'll go and clip those out. But how are you going? Welcome to the stream, both of yous. What are you working on anything tonight? How are you guys doing? I cut my finger earlier on stream. You guys missed that, so huh? Alright. Alright. It's a bunch of bits. Looking for the little turret. I think it's that. I think we have it. Don't worry, Frankie. I know the feeling. There will probably be multiple streams of me painting my orcs as they get ever closer to 2,000 points. I'm really just kind of waiting for. I feel like this weekend we're finally going to get the Codex pre-order up. And I'm waiting for that to come out so I can actually get the orcs. Or so I can actually like plan out my orc army. So I can buy it and then it'll be good for basically the rest of the edition. Yeah, obviously here and there. Oh, well. Sorry to hear that, Arturius. I think I remember you mentioning that you work nights sometimes. Well, hopefully work's not too crazy. And hopefully you can get those built. Scott abandoned us this week because of work, so it's okay. You're not the first one. So it goes like that. Is it the strongest dispo though, Tristan? Is it? I think it's fine, to be honest with you. I think the only one that's kind of rough is Disruption. I think Priority's in a better spot now versus Purge and Take and Hold. They kind of got hit a little bit. No, that being said, we're what, 11 days away from the next data slate? In a couple of weeks we'll probably be talking about that, actually. Actually reminds me, tonight before I go to bed I need to work on a list for Sunday. I will be playing my Chaos Space Marines, and Scott will be playing Imperial Agents. So that'll be fun. I am missing one part. Biscuits. Am I? Yeah. Come back. Baby, come back. You can blame it on me. I pull this up and immediately flip out parts that isn't specifically the part I need, but I'm going to need. I guess I also need to figure out what. I might run recon. I don't know. I'm gonna run my Night Lords. I'm gonna do them proper Night Lords. Pretty sure it's doing like that. Now, if you guys have any list ideas, let me know. I know I'm probably going to do. I'm gonna do one of the Nightmare detachments. I can't do both, obviously. Chris says, I have a game tomorrow, but I feel more like painting. I mean, fair. Yeah, that happens. I kind of go here and there. I mean, the fact that we play on stream helps a lot. So it's pretty easy to, like, balance everything. Because I know I've got guaranteed games. But, I don't know. I've been enjoying my hobbying lately, so. Chris, I vaguely remember you said you own or owned a hobby store, right? I don't remember the specifics because, like I said, it's been a little bit, but that sounds right. Oh, did they? I'm gonna have to see what they did. It's just always a little awkward for me. One, because I don't fully remember what I have. It's been a little bit. I haven't been feeling my CSM lately. Gaming pub, okay. I had a friend that wanted to start something similar at one point. I don't know if we ever did. Actually, I know we didn't. Said that, and I'm like, I already know the answer. That's what I heard. He had not, at least. But neat. I hope that's doing well. We're finally making money here, technically. Well, we haven't made money, but we're getting paid. Counts for something. I'm still missing a piece. Carrie says, so I'm finally going to invest into minis. So it's probably a good game or army to start with. Painting is my strong suit, so I want something that'll be good for learning to paint and such. I mean, if you are wanting to jump into 40k, honestly, Space Marines. Space Marines are super duper easy to paint. In fact, give me a second. I can show you kind of a little comparison of how you can do super duper easy ones or go much more difficult depending on what you want to do and how you're developing as your skill level. But they're the easiest to paint, to be honest with you. Probably any of them. And Warhammer just has a very big community baked in, so it's easy to find matches and stuff. Let me get that in real quick. Disappeared into a pile of gray plastic. I mean, Chris isn't wrong. They do get a lot. It kind of goes either way, right? Because obviously it can be a lot to keep track of, but at the same time, it's super easy to do. They get updated a lot. That's a good and a bad thing. I suggest Guardians. Okay. That's weird. I don't know about you guys, but on my end, it translated Custodes to Guardians. Custodians are definitely an easier one to paint as well. Though they can be a bit of a painting trap themselves, just because it's easy to psych yourself out with all the detail they have. But they're pretty straightforward if you know what you're doing. Yeah, I'd say Necron Centurions can be pretty good as well. Let me pull up just a few different painting I've done. Like, this guy is very Actually, it's not even one of my earlier ones. Let me pull up. Well, these were one of the first ones I painted. These came in the Indominus box. And this is literally just like black primer. And then like what, 1, 2, 3, 4 colors. And that's it. That's all it took to be a Space Marine. I didn't have to do anything crazy. Like you can easily do something like this. You can do kind of dry brush stuff like this. There are a lot of flat surfaces, so they tend to come out pretty easily. And so you can go even further. You can do like my Infernus Sergeant here, which is a pretty easy one. He's just Gray Seer primer with contrast over it. He's coming along nicely. I've been painted this on stream a couple days ago. He's just Gray Seer with a lot of dry brushing and then some whatchamacallit, contrast. And if you are like wanting to just figure out painting wise, they do sell little starter kits. Right now it's Orcs and Space Marines that you can get. They'll come with a few paints. Actually now, that might not be a bad idea. You could get the Space Marine getting started. I forget exactly what it's called. There's like 5 different getting started ones. But you can get a Space Marine getting started that comes with like, it basically comes with the Space Marine half of the launch box for this edition. And that's a combat patrol. So you can run that, and it comes with paints, and it comes with brushes. The only thing extra you need to buy is like clippers and primer, and that is it. Like, as far as value goes, that box is amazing value because it's the same price as a normal combat patrol, and you get a whole bunch of extra stuff. So if we're getting started, it's honestly kind of fantastic. But again, I am biased. I do like Space Marines. But they have Orcs as well if you really want to do Orcs. Kind of the most important thing is just to find the army that you get excited to like put together or play or whatever it is. And then after that, it just gets much easier. But yeah. But honestly, for most of them, there's not very many like bad starts, to be honest with you. That's fair. I will say this. For your nippers, just be aware. Gunpla plastic is much softer plastic than like 40K plastic and a lot of wargaming plastic. So just like be aware it's going to be a little rougher on your nippers than Gunpla is. Gunplas are pretty soft plastic. I've seen, just be a little smart with it. Don't go too hard. Don't overdo it so it doesn't break. But overall, you should be fine. I need to buy more Gunpla at some point. Which hasn't been a huge priority, unfortunately. Alright, so we got 30 more minutes. Keep on trucking. Okay, yeah, those would probably be better. This is also nippers for my FDM printer. So yeah, those are probably a fair bit better. And just know that I'm pretty sure I've seen things where people have gotten nippers that are good for Gunpla and have ended up breaking them. You can use them, you just gotta know what you're doing a little bit. That. Then I need this little circular bit. Dear GW, why oh why did you put big connection pieces around little bits I don't want to nip off? Why would you do that? Why would you make this more difficult for me than it has to be? He said, speaking to a GW employee like 20 years ago. Actually, I don't know if this kit is that old, but it's pretty close. I think it's like 15-ish. It's pretty old, I know that. Came out with Apocalypse for 7th edition? That sounds right. I don't know if that's right, but it sounds right. Feels right. By the laws of truthiness, it just needs to feel true. Actual truthfulness is secondary. Ta-da! Blue. Boop. Baneblade. Ah! And it fell into the hole. Got it. Rick says, I still have my Apocalypse backpack. They came out with a backpack? I didn't know that. I will freely admit, Apocalypse was before my time. There it is. I was like, where did they go? Oh, good. Chris says, I delayed the Defiler because I thought it was going to be a nightmare to paint, but not bad at all. It's good. I'm kind of lucky that my CSM, like, what's what I'm looking for? My CSM scheme, that's what I'm looking for, is pretty easy. So I'm not really worried about anything in the Defiler. The question really is, did you do abs or no abs? I'm gonna be honest with you. The abs make me slightly uncomfortable. I don't like the abs. Won't lie to you guys. The abs weird me out. No shade on the abs. Don't like it. When they first released Apocalypse, they released these mega kits and the backpack. Fascinating. I feel like I've vaguely seen that before. Isn't it kind of like the foam carriers, but it's like you can stack it up and then you can zip it up over? Is that what? I think someone in our shop might have that, actually. I don't know if it still works as a backpack, but it's been so long. I'd say it's been so long. I didn't take that close of a look. And I'll put the plates on later. That's fair. Don't like how wiggly that is, but it's whatever. We're kind of committed now. All right. Let's see. What else we got? Autocannon, a whole bunch of random accoutrements. So we're going to do a whole bunch of random accoutrements. Random places. Let's see. A bunch of hatches. More hatches. Just so much little stuff. I mean, it's cool. It's just a lot of random little stuff. And do that. I don't know where that goes, but we'll figure it out, I guess. I do love how they have all these hatches are designed that if you wanted them open for whatever reason, whatever modeling purpose, you totally could. I don't think I've ever seen anyone do it. Oh god, Perky's adding me in the Discord, everyone. I don't know if I have the strength to look at whatever it is he has just sent me. The glory of not gluing nothing. Yeah, it's kind of cool. You could do a bunch of like open hatches and have, you know, the engine explode. You could do some cool diorama stuff with it. I feel like it's an expensive diorama, but a diorama nonetheless. You, I bet you go like that. No? Maybe? Sure, it isn't like that. That doesn't feel right. I guess it's like that. Really not? Oh, this does not give a good view. Give me a second, I need more light. Oh, Perky says it's not a pun this time. I don't know if I trust you. I'm sure it's just the backpack, but on some level, Perky, you burned so many bridges. I've been hurt before, Perky. Am I gonna be hurt again? Tell me it's a little crumbly. Oh no, it's the backpack. Oh, neat. Okay. I feel like I've seen that around. Also parrots. Alright. Got those on. Up next. Find that auto cannon. I don't know where that would even be. To be honest with you guys, I'm not the world's biggest fan of some of these older kits. I don't hate it. There is a subreddit on Reddit called Society of Hidden Paint that I do enjoy, where just people that paint like the full interiors, and then that's it. But that's the kind of the funny thing with this. There isn't an interior. Like, you can have all these hatches open, and like you have these two that sort of like the engine and stuff, but like most of these hatches go nowhere. There's like no real reason to do it unless you were going to kit bash a bunch of stuff onto it. It's just funny to me. Does that not go there? Let's go out here. Looks like it. It's got rivets. It's got rivets. It's riveting. I'm gonna go back. Okay, definitely goes over the outside bit with the rivets. Rivets. Okay, so it's like that. Okay. It's over like that. Or might have it backwards. I have it backwards. That's what it is. Oh god, get on there. Come on, there we go. Okay, I got a rough idea how it works. We'll ride this out real quick. Alright. Then this goes down there. I'll tell you what's gonna happen. We're gonna get all of this done. We're gonna spend the last like 15 minutes trying to find this stupid autocannon. And I'm either gonna find it or I'm going to give up. There are no other options. We'll see how it goes. Hey. Perky says, will you find the One Piece? Thanks for the super chat, Perky. We know we can always count on your support. If nothing else. Okay. That one in there. There's a light. Autocannon. Thingamabobber there. Pretty sure it's like the gunner sight or whatever. Probably makes the gunner and commander sights to be realistic. And that one, there's the autocannon. Found the autocannon, and I found sight. Look at, we're so good at this, guys. Immediately found it. Immediately. Damn, I'm good. Cause you're the best around. Nothing's ever gonna get you down. In that case, we might start working on the superstructure for some of the other variants then. At least a little bit. I don't think I want to work on those hatches just yet. It does make me want to reread Baneblade a little bit. I'm pretty sure I literally slept through a lot of it, so... There's a question for you. Will One Piece ever actually end? Does that really have to go the other way? Sure, why no come out? There we go. I got it. I fixed it, guys. Alright. 11 barrels of hell. And then there it is. And that goes on like that. Kapow. Kablowy. Kaboomski. It always feels small for a gameplay gun, to be honest. And then I'm gonna go through all this trouble getting it built. And if it's as popular as Dragon Ball, they'll just make another series. I mean, not wrong. I don't think I'll ever actually watch One Piece, to be fair. I don't. I'm very picky with my anime these days. If it's not Gundam, it has to work pretty hard to get me to watch it. Probably never gonna pick up Dragon Ball again because it's the same plot over and over again. Goku gets his butt beat. Goku trains hard. Goku unlocks new ability. Goku wins. New bad guy shows up. New bad guy kicked Goku's butt. Goku trains hard. Goku unlocks new ability. Goku beats bad guy or befriends him. I'll give him that. We'll do that sometimes. Repeat. Over and over again. Not that I'm, poo-pooing it or anything, to be fair. It's not bad. Yeah, it never ends. It's the never-ending story. Shave this down before I prime it, I think. Alright. Okay, we got a good chunk of a Baneblade there. Look at that. Okay. I tend to leave that for now. Got Baneblade, Hellhammer made. Awesome, awesome. Go team. We got... Yeah, I mean, that's fair, Tristan. And we're glad you're still using it. That's nice to hear. I mean, honestly, if nothing else, using the panels and stuff just as a way to say, hey, what's the word I'm looking for? Using the panels, or the, I'm so tired, guys. I'm not even tired. I'm just reading stuff. Using the objective markers just as a way, if you're still trying to figure out, if you're still unused to like what goes where, that's a good way to do it. It's just to use the objective markers on the stuff that's actually objectives. But I will say, once you kind of got it, once it clicks, it's pretty straightforward, right? As it's just like straight up. Oh, it's just like all the big pieces of terrain, essentially. Okay, so looking ahead a little bit. Set the guide rails. Getting these right will allow you to swap between Stormlord and 5 other variants using the same turret. Place the firing deck of the Stormlord that can be covered to mimic an engine into position. To align the guide rails, we use the bottom of the firing deck and an edge that is raised. Okay, so put that in and then you put the guide rails in. Place Stormlord's firing deck, the piece that can be covered to mimic an engine, into position. Lay the Baneblade on its side. Insert the first guide rail so that its back base sits flush against the raised edge and its top base sits flush against the decking. Apply a small amount of glue and repeat on the other side. Test fit the firing deck and movable panels. Everything should sit level with no wobble. If it does wobble, readjust the guide rail and check again before applying more glue to the guide rail. So much stuff, guys. So very much stuff. We're somewhere around halfway. Somewhere around halfway, thank God. I guess we'll kind of get this stuff together. Get this case made together. For these last 2 minutes. Okay. I guess we are in the last few minutes. So if anyone has any questions, any thoughts or concerns, please let us know. Let me know in the meantime. And then I can answer those before I get out of here. Otherwise, hope everyone has enjoyed themselves. Hope everyone's had a good time. Ooh. Excuse me. Those aren't on here. Cool. Let's go like that. Honestly, kind of works out. I'm running out of glue. Right. I'll definitely need to order more before I work on this again next, I think. Definitely low. Which is pretty good. I've bought these two glues at least a year ago, probably longer. So I can't really complain. I just have to wait till my next paycheck at the end of the month though, but neither here nor there. And it's supposed to be things that goes there. I don't know where those are. I'm not gonna worry about that. I think though, I might go ahead and get those pieces in here though, just so that's all set to go. Last thing I do tonight. Says I have it like that. Apologize, it's not going to be really a good way to show you guys this step. But basically, what I'm going to do is these bars here will get glued underneath here. And that's kind of like the guide rail for everything to like rest on and all that. So should be good. All right. That went somewhere over there. I don't know exactly where, but I definitely heard it go that way. We're gonna do a little scruff, 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 scruff. Make this flat. So everything has a nice flat surface to rest on. Yeah, I got a lot of it. There we go. Yeah, there we go. And I'm just breathing resin. Shouldn't do that very often. Shouldn't do it at all, but we're a bit committed now. All right, so scrolling down here. Okay. We need the Stormlord's firing deck. Should be that. Pretty sure. We'll see. I guess. And at the very least, it's nice that it's a versatile kit. I'll give them that. Just wish it was also up to modern GW standards as far as build quality goes. It's not the best build quality. It's a bit unfortunate, but you know. Good. All right, that's the piece. It's basically gonna go there. Back face sits flush against the raised edge, and its top face sits flush against the decking. All small amount of glue and repeat on the other side. So it should be that piece, and that's the decking, so it should be like that. You guys are just gonna have to trust me on this one. I think actually the move is probably put some drops of glue on this bad boy. Then put them in there, bring this in, and then adjust it as necessary. Oh, you haven't built the vintage defiler yet? Oh, Chris. You should do that. But believe me, no shame. I get it. Honestly, I like the look of the old defiler, but I see why it needed to be updated. It's gonna do the same thing on this side. It's gonna put a little more blue than I did before. Put that down there. Put that on there. Get that nice and straight if I can. Kristen, why do you have a defiler? Oh no. Oh, I shouldn't have done that. I shouldn't have done that. That was a mistake. You, however, I'm gonna put blue. Oh, you didn't have enough. The distinct smell of super glue and the high that it brings. Ow. Look at my finger. Okay. And a little. Are you a little low? I don't know. Well, you tried a bit, so we might be committed on your side. It's fine. It's fine. Good enough. Yeah, we're committed there. All right. Again, Tristan, why do you have a bench? Where'd you even get that? Okay, so firing deck. Sit there. Then you would sit in front of that. For Stormlord. For the Melon Lord. Alright. Off. Side back there. So the friend basically gave it to me because he had extras. I mean, fair, I guess. That's interesting, all things considered. Okay. Alright, it is a little after 9:30. I'm just gonna dry fit this real quick, see, give me a view of how everything looks. Oh, you are different. Okay. Magna-Bear. That would have been nice to know a while ago when I was saying it has like magnetization instructions, but it doesn't includes great of how well you like put it together. That's not gonna go there. So what I can do, I don't have any other choice, it's all glued together. Let's clip these bits. And then just pressure fit it. I think will mostly work actually. Yeah, it's good enough. That side was too hard. Baneblade, why do you like this? Oh, that's right. You were going to do the Death Guard. Actually, yeah, that does make sense for you. Now, I see why. Damn it. We made mistakes, chat. We made mistakes. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. He's in there. Come on, you. That's right. I've got that piece there. Out. Huh? You still fit. That's good, I guess. But not that piece is too high. The method is not foolproof. That's all I'm saying. For I am a fool and I have broken it. There we go. I might be able to. Maybe able to make this work. Whew. It's alright, I didn't cut myself. Doing a little leveling thing here. Not about you guys, but sometimes I feel like that scene in The Simpsons where they're watching Homer, like, oh, here he goes, he's gonna do something dumb again. That's how I feel in this moment. I don't know if that's how you guys feel about me, but I wouldn't blame you if you did. It's all I'm saying. Alright. Good enough for tonight. Real quick, go over everything we got coming up this week. This Sunday, we are finally playing Trench Crusade, or not Sunday, this Saturday, we are finally playing Trench Crusade at noon Mountain Standard Time. And this, that will be, I believe, Scott and Jeff, or Scott and Sean. I think Scott and Sean. So it will be his, not Ottomans versus something. Forget. But yes, we'll finally be playing Trench Crusade. It's voted on by you, the people. Then this Sunday, Scott and I will be playing 40k. Specifically, I will be playing my I'll be playing my Night Lords, and he will be playing Imperial Agents. So Imperial Agents will be on the channel for the second time. So be on the lookout for that. As always, I will be here on Tuesday. And yeah. That's basically everything we got going on this week. Lots to look forward to. And, you know, check out this Baneblade. Oh, shoot, where did things go? There. Look at it, isn't it? Isn't that sick? Anyway, thank you all for watching. I'll see you next week, and we will see you guys hopefully on Saturday and Sunday. So you guys have a good one, and bye-bye. Bye now. Bye. Bye now. I'm so tired. I'm so tired. Oh god, the mic.